We're here to talk about really fun wrestling to the soundtrack of Smooth Jazz by Kenny G. No, I'm just kidding. What would a Tuesday evening be without the obnoxious energy, but fun-loving energy of the All Elite Ensemble review? Anywho, but welcome to the weekly AEW review post breakdown show here at BC WrestlePod. I am El Jefe Mikey of BC WrestlePod. I run the ones and the twos and the threes and the fours. So trying to get everyone in sync and on this beat. And I am joined first and foremost, holding it down with me and being the dynamic duo we were for the last 3 weeks, Benny, or also, going by his new moniker, the picnic the biscuit of Joneses. So
I now need to get the whole story on this.
That was a little carny in there.
be like, hey, I pay attention sometimes. We'll get the full story after. We'll get you the full story, JBL. I promise afterwards. And of course, back from the lands that is possibly a U-Haul moving truck.
Yes, well, I don't want to give brands, but you have one of two choices.
Yes. So from the Beyonder world realm, the other ether of the U-Haul land or other insert moving company here, JBL is back with us after being holding it down and getting stuff settled and moved in and all that good stuff, and also having fun at a GCW show. I'm so happy to have you back.
I'm glad to be here and now be officially underneath Benny.
Oh my!
I mean, just geographically, I can see up your skirt. It's great.
I know, but Betty and JVL are pretty much neighbors at this point. So
close enough.
Close enough. One of these reviews, they'll be in the same room, so we shall see how that goes down.
Guaranteed. I'm gonna make it happen somehow.
Hey, absolutely. You know what? We got the next couple of months. Who knows what's gonna happen? It's gonna be great. But we are here to review this past week's AEW, and this, boy, howdy, was this a pretty big one. We will be going into Blood and Guts, which was amazing. And
just
also
a tiny little show. Just
a tiny little show, called Blood and Guts, no biggie. And we will also be covering AEW Collision, as well as doing our predictions for Full Gear, which is this Saturday, which, Benny and I are going to be holding it down with the watch along. So
I'm driving back to Vermont. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We get it.
I'm watching it Sunday. When I've woken
it's all
up.
good. As long as you're ready to go by Tuesday, it's fine. You'll also review a progress show with me. No, I'm just kidding.
What are these days of the week you speak of?
I know, it's crazy. It's wild. But I'm excited. And I say this now. Dynamite has yet to happen because it is tomorrow. But I was like, you know what? This card is pretty decently sized. People are going to get out at a reasonable time. And then watch. Tomorrow we're going to get like 18,000 more matches.
Oh, yeah. Benny will be live and in person there watching it happen and just pulling out his hair.
I ain't got much left, so...
I was going to say, are we going full Mr. Clean on this one? Like everything's gone?
Absolutely.
We love to see it. But before we get...
Spick and Span Jones.
Be like, that was my name in prison. Anyways. Well, anywho,
they called me Slip and Slide.
Exactly. So we are going to be slipping and sliding into this review here very shortly. But before we do that, to get the announcements out of the way, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you should subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Twitch or Kick. We're not picky. We support you and whatever your preferred video consumption platform is. If you still want to interact with us in a smaller scale, then go and follow us at BC WrestlePod. We're pretty much on every social media site. And on these said social media sites is where you can find our report cards, our prediction forms, previews of the TV shows, and just starting this week, the pay-per-views and special episodes. I literally just dropped a really fun graphic that I put together for tonight's NXT Gold Rush event, so that's fun. I also did, Progress Noisy Neighbors, and be prepared to see lots of AEW content leading into the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
So many pay-per-views. But anywho, we also have, yeah, it could be. We also have some merchandise at our shop for bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com, where you can get yourself some nice t-shirts. You know, it is sweater weather officially, so get yourself a sweater.
Oh, Mikey, don't even joke about that. You know, you and I at least have sweater weather all year long.
I mean, hey, anywho. Literally, I have got this week alone, I have gotten comments of people sliding into my DMs. So it's just like, no. But also, I will continue to wear this tank top until I freeze. Then I'll put on a sweater. It's actually nice and chilly outside. But again, I'm a big boy, so I generate a lot of body heat. So I am always constantly hot, physically and metaphorically.
Yes, you are.
But anywho, but yeah, we also have a little coffee bot that will be popping up in the chat ever so often if you want to donate to the cause to help keep the physical and metaphorical lights on, and also help pay for these pay-per-views. I was smart and I got copies for Full Gear, so we are good to go.
They want to throw a little extra to help me pay off my moving truck from nondescript company. I'm always up
for reals. It's crazy out here. So yeah, that little coffee bot will be popping in ever so often. So if you feel inclined to donate, you may do so, but no pressure. We know the economy is crazy right now.
Mikey's not pressuring you. I'm pressuring you. I'm pressuring
Listen, I'm just saying, like, I'm melanated, so I can't, but you know.
I will happily use my white privilege to make sure people pay money to you. They need
for reals. Or, well, say us. Not, well, I mean, it goes to me, but you get the point. Anyways, let's talk about blood and guts. Because I was just like, where's this going? Okay, we are. All right, here we go. So we are going to be covering Dynamite and Collision. So yeah, we're gonna start off just with AEW Dynamite, and just a little, just a little show happened, nothing too crazy, just something called Blood and Guts. My God, they're like, so this is gonna be 2.5 hours, and I was like, bet. Literally, each Blood and Guts match was an hour long.
And there definitely was a hierarchy of good Blood and Guts match and terrible Blood and Guts match.
Oh, definitely.
I was just like, and we're going to get to everything because, yeah, we got 3 matches to talk about for Blood and Guts. This is what, was on Dynamite this past week. So I was like, okay, let's get into this. Let's do this. I was enthralled. I will say that. I was very enthralled with Blood and Guts. I had a great time. I know people are like, this is too gory for me. And I was just like, did you not pay attention to the match name? It's called Blood and Guts. What did you expect?
War Games. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I will be there next weekend. I'm just saying.
Mikey. Mikey.
Hey, you know what? Mama Laguilis wanted to go, so we're going. So
that's some blood money, Mikey. I don't know.
Shut up. Okay.
I will not. I'm trying not to yuck your yum. I'm trying really hard.
That's okay. Somebody already did, so there's nothing worse that you can do. Anyways, Blood and Guts time. Anywho.
Hey, look, it's the entire AEW women's roster that they actually use.
Wow. Would you look at that? Including the women's champion and the TBS champion.
Who are soon to be the same person.
We think. Anyways, but we kicked Blood and Guts off with the women's Blood and Guts match easily. I'm just burying the lead here, but my favorite match of the whole entire night, probably my favorite 100%. Match of the whole entire AEW week. I was like, this is the inaugural women's Blood and Guts match. This is huge because this is 6-on-6, and they all went for it, and all the post Blood and Gut pictures on the internet were glorious.
Oh yeah. The highlights were amazing. Everything about this, it was well-paced, well set up, freaky and fun as hell. And oh my God, Marina Shafir, you are a brave freaking soul to be wearing no shoes in this match.
And then she stepped in like the mirror shards and everything to like kick it onto me. I was just oh my goodness. So to kind of set this up, we have been building to this since probably May at this point. This has been going on all summer. Everybody has been feuding in some capacity. And everybody, well, I say everyone's been feuding in some capacity since the summer. Some people were in here because of like 3 weeks ago we decided to throw them into this storyline.
I don't know who that could be at all. Back row.
So the crazy, and you know what, I don't want to take anything away from these women, but I know some changes had to be made because of course I'm still pretty certain that Penelope was supposed to be in this match. And I'm kind of sad that she is out on injury again. I was like, we just got you back, girl. What happened? Oh, but you know what? Marina Shafir becoming Megan's tag team partner in this tournament and then being a part of this match rules. And then, of course,
they're unstoppable. They are literally unstoppable.
And unfortunately, the day before / day of, we find out, like the week before, Queen Aminata wasn't going to be cleared in time to be a part of this match. So Mina steps in, and Mina is great, though. I love Mina Shirakawa. But
Mina in death matches are amazing. She carries it so well.
So good. But so mostly everyone's been feuding. The only two people that were inserted like 2 weeks before the match is Chris and Mercedes. I was just like, they're feuding at Full Gear for this title. But we need to put them in here, so why not?
Yeah,
so we have
why would you need to trust the rest of your roster without your champions in a 6-woman match or more? Because obviously you don't have enough talent lined up, Tony Khan.
Yeah, right. You don't have a whole roster of women on ROH that could have filled these slots, but whatever.
That have more talent like pinky fingers than most of the other feds out there right now, even the ones I just saw at the GCW show.
For real. That's what I'm saying. And Benny and I talked about this last week in terms of like when we previewed it. I was just like, honestly, we could have taken some of the women out. I was like, I don't know who we replaced on the heel side. Well, outside of Mercedes, but I was like, you could have put Athena in here and put her and Billy in here because that would have been crazy. On the babyface side, I was like, everyone makes sense except for Chris. I was just like, I love you, Chris.
Well, that's because Chris has also been riding that like pine of like, is she a heel? She kind of is, but not really.
So yeah, despite all the crazy substitutions and everything, our official match is the heel side, which is the Triangle of Madness, which is Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. Yep. And the Sisters of Sin. Love them to death. And they are teaming up with Megan Bain, Marina Shafir, and the TBS champion, Mercedes Moné, taking on the face team of, Harley Cameron, who probably had one of my favorite spots in this whole entire match, which we'll get into. Jamie Hayter, Mina Shirakawa, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and Timeless Tony Storm.
Man, this was Harley Cameron's match to like come out and showcase herself. Harley Cameron took the spotlight and ran with it. Not just the one spot. She got into this, man.
Yeah, she was great. Like, Jamie Hayter, rest up well, man, because he got messed up by Megan Bain.
According to reports, she chipped her teeth in this match.
If that's the minimum that's done to her after all of her injury history, I'll take it. Jesus
For real.
Christ.
Yeah, seriously.
There were so many good spots.
Marina Shafir, who's finally being featured for her wrestling. She's doing all these other great matches. Like, I am just ecstatic to see her get to work and work in that monster like way that she is. I love you, Penelope Ford. I am sorry you went down with injury, and I'm sorry also because you and the Bunny have been amazing on the indie scene. But we've needed Marina Shafir for a reason, and Shafir and Bain are basically the Brothers of Destruction Part 2.
Yeah. This tournament definitely needed a monster tag team for everybody to go, ooh, watch out for them. The way that everything was sort of slapdash together, So I completely agree.
Well, I love Marina, like, trying to get the key off of the referee, or like someone else is doing that at the same time. She's just trying to get her shoes off, and then they get the, they still have the camera guy from all the Tony Storm foot promos, like just zooming in on her feet multiple times.
That's somebody's awakening right there.
And Marina got new music.
Yes. When that started playing, I was just like, hold the phone. Does she get new music? And I'm like bumping in my seat as I'm watching. I was like, hell yeah, let's go, Marina.
when you are the most charismatic person in your household, and you know your husband's going on later to be less charismatic than you are, she didn't have to do much to be amazing, and she just killed it. But they all did. The Sisters of Sin took a lot of huge bumps. Sky Blue basically was John Moxley in the entire thing, like busted open the first 5 seconds.
9 minutes. We were only 9 minutes into the match, and she was busted wide open, bleeding all over the place. I was like, we still got like 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Tekla's reveal of the chainmail bra to protect herself, like,
yeah, and like her hair was caked with it, like, like right after she started gushing, you know, like, oh my god. Like,
it was Eddie Guerrero levels of blood. Like, she was going, and like I'm glad they kind of like went away from her a little bit to give her seconds to like try to mop up what she could, but it was crazy.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, somebody get her a towel.
Too late. I needed the towel.
For real, it was insane. There was also a lot of insane spots too, like Megan chucking the mirror full on, like, bam. It's like that was happening, and then Chris going through a bed of nails, people getting slapped with all the Mercedes titles. Like, I was like, oh my god.
Tony going full kickboxer by like putting the sticky side of the tape down to get the glass, and
my goodness.
I think she even hit a left hand of God with the glass.
Yeah, she did. I was like, oh no. Like, also Willow just hulking out like every 5 seconds. She's like, raw. I was like, but yeah, I was just like, again, Harley was probably my MVP just because she had some amazing spots. And I'm gonna be for real. Like, the rest of these women, I was like, I've seen you in other death matches, or are you just a baddie? And I was like, okay, Harley, I'm gonna keep my eye on you because I want to see how you do. Girl, when Mini Monet came out, I laughed my butt off. I was like, no, she did not. Harley Cameron, you deserve the world. You are amazing.
And loaded with the Regal special, like, it just perfect. This was the way to start the. It's the way to start the episode off. It was the way to do everything else. They should have headlined.
Oh yeah.
For reals, you should have
ending. Like, it was way more dramatic than what the men gave us. You know,
the men was a wet fart compared to this, a wet bloody fart.
I was just like, I enjoyed the men's, but I agree. I was like, the women should have main evented. This is your first one. Have them close out the show like this. This was insane. And the way that it does it is that the heels literally start 6. They do 5-on-1 as they're all beating up Mina, making Tony watch, and Tony forfeits for her team so they can stop beating up on her, love bomb partner. I was just like, that's actually a very, really cool way because I was like, who's going to take the pin in this match? Because I'm trying to think, I was like, if the heels win, I'm like, sorry, Harley, I love you, but you probably going to eat this pin. And then I'm looking at the heel side. I was like, well, none of them are about to get pinned. So I was just like, all right, Harley, you about to take this.
It probably was going to be Penelope if she was still in there.
That's true. If Penelope was in this match, it was probably going to be her. But I'm really glad that the heels won, but not because somebody got pinned. But Tony Storm's like, don't beat up my lesbian lover.
There was one part where like after Timeless Tony Storm came in, like the match officially started, and Excalibur and whoever were too focused on what Tony was doing as to relay the point that the match has just started. Yeah. So that way, when the sisters Tekla and Julia went out the sides through the truss. I've heard a lot of people being like, "Why didn't they just go out the door?" And it was like, the door was locked.
Right. They couldn't go out that way, so they found a new way out.
Exactly. And then, at one point, was it Excalibur was like, they blocked everybody out, and just as he says that, you can see Willow in the second ring, just writhing in pain, oh my god.
I mean, Benny, it's tough to see through chain link. We all know this. And then Excalibur's got that mask, and it's, if he has been smoking the day before or drinking, you never know. If Taz is eating something next to him, he's distracted. Who knows what's going on?
Oh, very good point.
Oh my
Sadly
goodness.
so.
Yeah. So the heels end up winning after Tony, quote unquote, throws in the towel to protect Mina. But my goodness, I was just like, this was an hour and some odd change, and this was the best hour and some odd change of my life this week. I was just like, I'm putting this on.
We could have left it there. We could have just had that as the only match, and I would have been happy with this episode.
Be like, all right, guys, we got this, and but no, we still got the rest of the show to talk about, which wasn't as bad, but which is still not bad, but this was definitely the highlight. I was just like, damn, we could have main evented and everybody went home. That would have been nuts. But we did not, because this is what opened up the show, and we still had a good like hour and a half left. So I'm like, all right, let's get through the rest of this. So we go to commercial after this match is over, and when we come back, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a match that's happening at Full Gear. We also got to continue to build Full Gear stories. I just love that, and we're going to talk about it during Collision too. Josh Alexander's just out here beating up people just because now. Like,
finally,
finally, I was like, damn. I was just like, thank God. I was like, I love you, Josh. Start fighting people, and that's
he's
exactly
the
what
walking
happened.
weapon for a reason. He needs to be out there actually taking heads.
Exactly. So, of course, Luchasaurus ends up getting a 4-on-1 beatdown, and then, Jack Perry comes in and, unfortunately gets beat up too for his troubles. So Josh Alexander, the Bucks, Okada, I was just like, y'all are turds, and I'm here for it.
Old smelly turds.
Did you guys see BTE on Monday?
I did not. I missed that one.
The Bucks were in the trailer, right?
Yeah.
And like they hear stuff going on outside, and they're like, what's that?" And Okada's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine. Just go back inside. Sweet boys.
Speaking of which, just to throw it in here, because in case I forget at the end, because I didn't put that graphic in because it got uploaded today when I finished the slides last night. But listen, Okada versus any luchador is going to be fantastic. I think I'm about to cry tears watching that match tomorrow between Okada and Mascara Dorada. Holy hell.
Oh, man. Sign me up.
And it's a double Jeopardy match. So if Okada wins, the Don Callis family gets a shot at the CMLL Trios Championships against Sky Team. And if Mascara Dorada wins, he gets a shot at Okada's title. So it's like, I'm cool either way because we get a banging match. So, yeah, Josh Alexander is on a mission. He is the walking weapon, and a certain person is about to get it on Collision when we get there. But
we got to get it from him.
For real. His wife, Jade, is a very, very lucky woman.
Very lovely person. Lovely person.
She's very lovely. Love Josh, too. Moving on. So,
why does it look like Hangman is taking the juiciest fart in that friggin' picture? Oh, that's a good one.
I love it. This is where the problem of the night comes around because, again, we talked about this. The women started the show so hot and everybody was so for it. I was like, this match was going to suffer either way, but we could have built up it for the men's match to this match, and then the women main eventing could have, sent the crowd home happy. And again, from my brain power and given everything that we saw, I think it would have been a really good crescendo of energy throughout the whole entire night. I still enjoy this Falls Count Anywhere match. I love it anytime we get to see Hobbs in singles action because he's great.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I will say, I thought he busted his ass when he fell onto the floor after Hangman dodged, and I was like, no, he hit the tailbone. I know what that's like. That hurts.
My hole.
My hole. Listen, Nia Jax will forever be the best memes possible. I'd love her for it.
If there's anything she was good at, it was that.
No, if Hobbs actually broken his coccyx or anything else, all I can hear is Ron Simmons just going, damn.
So, I mean, here's the thing, right? After the women's blood and guts match, I was just like, there's nothing that is going to top that. So, I'm still going to watch this, and I enjoyed it for what it was. It's to continue, because we're getting Joe and Hangman at Full Gear, and so this was a stop after Powerhouse Hobbs laid Hangman out previously last week to take him out of the match for the Trios Championships again with him and Eddie and Hook taking on the Ops. I mean, this was fun. I had a good time. I will say though, I was like, damn, the women's match carried everything, and so now we still got an hour and a half of this.
And they couldn't be as bloody as the other matches. They couldn't do all the same spots. There was a lot they couldn't touch on this. I got to ask you both on this one. Are we excited for Joe and Hangman round 2?
I am.
Okay.
But I'm an easy Joe mark. I hate to call myself that, but this match was sort of it was like I thought it was sort of smart because Hangman came in with the rib injury from last week, and Hobbs was working over the ribs the entire time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Shibata, weakens those ribs a little bit more heading into Full Gear. But yeah, I'm excited.
It sounds like that's where we're going with it. And Mikey, like, are you excited? I feel like for myself, I'm not. They did this already. Like it feels like they're spinning their wheels. But maybe I'm wrong. Convince me I'm wrong because Benny's already doing a good job.
I think here's the thing, though. Do I think that Hangman is going to lose the title at Full Gear? Not necessarily.
Spoilers on predictions. Jeez.
I mean, go figure, right? Here's the thing. Yes, we have seen Hangman and Joe interact before. I mean, we literally saw it at Wrestle Dream, and we've seen it in previous encounters. However, I think this is still going to be a good match because Hangman and Joe are fantastic workers, and it's going to be a fun time. I think what AEW is doing, it was one of the biggest issues that I've had with them, especially when it comes to the major championships as of the last year and a half or so, is that we're not really building out. And again, I'm a stickler because I like me a good rule of 3 feud where it is 3 matches. You get 1 match, a second match, and then the rubber match. And then that's how the end of the feud. It's just like basic booking 101 in my eyes. Right. So my biggest problem, over the last year is for our men's champions and to some regard the women's. It's like you throw multiple challengers at them, but then we don't get a substantial feud where it goes on to like 1 or 2, maybe 3 pay-per-views. Then we started doing that earlier this year. And that kind of started last year. Like it wasn't even for a championship, but we got the trilogy with Ospreay and Fletcher, with it culminating into the match at Revolution that they had. And that kind of ended that feud. Hangman and Moxley have been on and off. And then we've been getting Hangman and Moxley leading into Y'all In where, Hangman got the belts and had that crazy moment. We've been seeing it recently with Darby. Darby and Mox have been going back and forth. We saw it at All Out Toronto, Wrestle Dream. So I think Tony Khan is finally, actually giving us more than one and done feuds and actually trying to, lengthen storylines out, but not like take like 5 years to tell the whole story.
Right.
So I think that's what's keeping me invested in Hangman and Joe. One, because I know the work is going to be good, but at least Tony is starting to fix what my biggest issue has been for the men's division. Now, I wish he applied that same rule to the women's division too, where we can have, long feuds. And again, we kind of got that with Tony and Mariah earlier this year. And then it's been one and done feuds for the TBS and for the world champion. So, I mean, yeah, so.
I don't know. I see your points. I disagree. It feels like they're trying to get to the end of the year and just not able to find a new way to look at things with all the injuries they've got out. So I worry about it.
Which is very fair.
Sorry. I was just going to say that one thing that was Hangman's first run was that, like, it was, Hangman's a great in the chase, right? But then like it's trying to keep that momentum after he has the belt is where the storyline sort of tend to have a tendency to go. Weird.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
So, I mean, I enjoyed this match for what it was. It was going to be very hard for anything after the women's blood and guts, in my opinion. Hangman ends up winning, and then Shibata and Joe come out to start beating up Hangman as the cage lowers. Hook and Kingston come out to even the odds and for to come to Hangman's aid for the save. Hangman gets on the microwave, tells Joe that he's going to give him exactly what he wants, and at Full Gear, their championship match is now in a steel cage, and I was like, okay. Hangman can never escape cage matches now.
It's kind of his thing.
It's kind of been his thing. I will say, though, at least I was like, this feud hasn't gotten to the level of a lights out yet.
No, but how do you top the last one he just did with Swerve, where, he had a needle put through his freaking face? Like,
nothing can ever top that.
No.
And the crazy thing is as crazy as that shot was, I still think their Full Gear encounter in that Texas death match, Full Gear, what was it, 2 years ago? I still think it's probably the craziest things I've ever seen.
Curb stomping him on a cinder block. My God.
Literally children painting stapled to him, in the tongue, licking blood, glass. Yeah. There was a hanging, which was crazy.
A hanging and a Hangman Page match. Weird.
Go figure. So this Sunday, the AEW World Championship match is now in the steel cage between Hangman and Joe. Very interested to see how they're going to utilize that cage, because I was like, y'all got to bring it, because we had some crazy cage match spots this year. I mean, we literally saw the Blood and Guts match prior to this, so it's like, how are we going to top this?
We'll see. We will see.
We shall see. Moving on. Main event time. I was just like, this is a really straightforward show, but we get the men's Blood and Guts match. This is your traditional 5-on-5 Blood and Guts match. So this is the Death Riders, Moxley, Claudio, Pac, Danny, and Yuta, taking on Darby Allin and the conglomeration of Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, my MVP this match, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roddy Strong.
Mr. Marina Shafir.
Okay. Here's the thing. Did I enjoy this match? Yes. Did I think Darby Allin died? Absolutely. We'll get to that spot. Do I think that Pac is crazy jacked? Absolutely. Did I mistake him and Gabe Kidd at one point during this match? Yes. I was like, they're both kind of bald, but one has more hair.
Well, Gabe's like a foot and a half taller than him, though.
That's very true. But okay, so let's get it. So I enjoyed this match. I think it was a lot of fun. Kyle O'Reilly bleeding all over the place was crazy. He was my MVP this match, which I love. But I have a couple issues that I had with this match. Not that anything was bad, but I was just like, so that's a choice we made. First of all, I'm like, Gabe Kidd is back, which was like, cool. Why? I was just like, oh, okay, him and Darby are gonna have a match. I guess that's cool. No, we're getting Pac and Darby, which at Full Gear, I was like, I'm cool. That's awesome. But Gabe was the one to take. Well, I mean, Pac was the one that threw Darby into the table that was on fire, lit by Gabe Kidd. But Gabe was the one who took him to that table. So I was like, are we not going to do that match? Okay. That was just a minor nitpick. My biggest issue is just like, there was kind of no need for Mark Briscoe to get attacked if he was going to come out later. I was just like, we know he's not missing this match. It's Blood and Guts. This is the Sussex County Chicken. Like, do you really think he's not going to be in a match where he's going to bleed and do crazy stuff? Like, that was my
reason
biggest
was to have a
issue.
return, which didn't happen.
No, and I was like, oh, are we going to return? Is some guy? Oh no, he's coming back out. Mark, I love you, but no. Like, why was that a thing? And then I was like, ooh, who attacked him? And then, allegedly we found out on Collision. I still don't believe that it was, our unintentional icon bear of the gay community, Mark Davis, was the one who attacked him. I was just like, damn. It was like baiting at its
there
finest.
can't be more than one Mark in AEW, so obviously.
We'll get into that with Collision. I was just like, these mechanics of how we name matches is wild. But
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
We need to have Aussie Open take on Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go, Mark.
Oh no. I will say we'll get to Collision because I have a picture of Aussie Open together once again, and I'm just looking at my signed photo. I'm like, I missed you boys. Anyways, I like this match. I think it was still a lot of fun. I just think like the decisions that we made, be like, oh, Mark Briscoe got attacked. How we gonna get here? Oh, Darby got taken out by Gabe Kidd, but him and Pac are having a match instead. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly is my MVP in this match. He's my MVP. And I was just like, you're diabetic. How are we supposed to go now? It was just like
very slowly.
For real.
Yeah. Some orange juice.
He had that on his team.
That was very. I laughed so hard when they stapled Orange's fingers to his pockets. I was laughing.
Moxley's making sure he's like triple stapling him in there.
I was just like, well, Moxley.
Yeah. Well, Orange Cassidy breaking his own glasses to go Hulk out. It was crazy.
I was like, yo, Orange, you need to chill, bro. There were some stuff I liked. Like, I thought, we actually got like a carabiner to tie around the rope to lift the chairs. Mark got it stuck on top of the cage, but was able to pull it over. And him and Wheeler Yuta were fighting on top of the cage. Again, there were some fun moments, but it was just like, we could have put this in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
It was good enough to open the show. It was not good enough to close it.
Especially because like there's no narrative payoff. Like, spoiler alert, we have the baby faces win after Kyle O'Reilly makes Moxley tap, which I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh, this is cool. And here I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, here we go. The Death Riders, Moxley costing them once again. This is the second time Moxley's been looking weak. He had tapped out first to Darby, now to Kyle. Like, we got to figure this out. And I'm like, ooh, we about to see a fight. We're going to be seeing some dissension. No, we didn't get any of that. And I was like, wow, that's sad. I was like, all right, you guys, that's fine. That's how we go off the air with the baby faces celebrating. I'm like, okay.
There's a video too of what happened afterwards. It just all seems mildly boring.
Exactly. But like to be completely honest with you, like the Death Riders have been like such a big part of AEW for the past few years that like they can't bring them up in 30 seconds at the end of the match, So like it's gonna be a slow burn, I think. But like one thing I loved about like the about this was like Mark, as you were saying, like with the comeback, right? Like, I'm gonna sound like a total dork right now. But
go for it. We
in the original War Games, the reason that they had a War Games match was because Dusty Rhodes got busted open by Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, and so Dusty makes the valiant comeback. Mark was Dusty in this scenario because Tony is a dork like me. I'm like, man, I'm probably the only guy who gets this, but okay.
No, I love you for that. I did not catch that as much, but I love you for that.
And like, of course, like the carabiner spot, like, who else is gonna get those things up there but a redneck? Like it's like, oh, they're stuck. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they are not. But yeah, I mean, again, the baby faces win, so Darby and the conglomerations pick up the victory with Kyle O'Reilly making, Moxley tap out. Baby faces celebrate, and that is how Blood and Guts AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Again, I think honestly, I still gave this a B plus in the report card when I did the report card because I still thought overall this was a really fun show to watch. Definitely carried by the women's blood and guts match, my favorite match of the entire Dynamite card, and honestly, probably my favorite match of the AEW week. But I mean, it's blood and guts, so any other match is gonna not to be able to live up to that because of the spectacle of it all. But I still had a good time with this. I think I would have pushed it to probably an A minus if we switched the order a little bit to have the men's open and the women close, and then I'll be like, you know what? It was a fun 2.5 hours. I think everything worked the way that it should. And at the women closed, I was like, damn, this was a nearly flawless show with pacing and booking and all that good stuff. But I still had a good time with this. Blood and Guts was a lot of fun. And I look forward to it again next year, or if they decide to do it sooner. So yeah.
How many times a year should they do it? I mean, like, it seems like it's a little too much.
I think once is enough.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, why does this have to be a yearly thing? Like, to be honest with you, that's not really what the match is for.
We like only bring out blood and guts when you actually have people who need to settle a feud, in there. Okay, not to go on a tangent, match. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like, and it's not just AEW. I love them dearly, but I was just like, I don't feel like this feud warrants this type of stipulation. So, and that's with any federation, any fed and promotion that we are reviewing. I was just like, why are we doing this match? Because this feud does not warrant this. So I'm going to use NXT as an example, right? So,
okay.
They had a last man standing match this past week between Ricky and Trick Williams, right? So I was just like, Ricky Saints, Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. Was a really fun match. I had a great time with it. The story going into it, I was like, so Trick Williams beat you up once and now we're getting this match. I was like, that's not how last man standing matches are supposed to work. Now on the flip side, at a pay-per-view for NXT, we got Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe, formerly Mariah May, in a steel cage match, but the feud made sense because prior to that, they were feuding, they were fighting each other. Blake cheated to get a win with an exposed turnbuckle, and then when Jordan came back for revenge, Blake used a chair. Jordan came back with one-upping it with another chair, and then they continued to fight where they're like, all right, you two are going to keep costing each other matches. You keep upping the violence with kendo sticks and stuff like that. We're going to settle this in the cage, and that makes sense to me because the storytelling escalated to a steel cage match needing to be needed, and that was the third and rubber match between the two of them.
Right.
All I'm saying is that blood and guts should come out for when we need to, this needs to be the one and done. We are done. No more crazy violence. I mean, you can still have people feud. We're getting certain things, but I'm like, please just make these crazy stipulations match the storytelling. That is all I'm asking. But again, I don't work for these shows.
I was to say that would take actual thought processes and not floundering at all moments to be able to keep all the egos in check.
Yeah. Not my monkeys, not my circus.
And yet we still have to watch it. Who knows? Also, big shout out to Mr. A to Z Wrestling in the chat right now.
Andrew, we miss you. I'm hoping you come back in 2026 because as much as I love reviewing progress, I don't like reviewing it alone.
We love you.
We love you too. We love you, Andrew. Anywho, so that has been Blood and Guts. So now let's get to the grappiest of grapple shows, which is going to be Collision.
All right, Mikey and Benny, I'm going to get you some towels here. We're going to wipe down the blood and guts. Here we go. So, let me see if I can find it.
Be like, all right, now we got to wipe off. We need to, de-carryfy ourselves. So now we're getting into the regular grapple graps of Collision.
I'll go get the squeegee. Here we go.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. I was like, Joan Rivers, is that you? Oh, my gosh. Alrighty, so kicking off Collision this past week, we get this trios match, which is, Jay Lethal, Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, and Adam Priest taking on the Death Riders. And I was just like, I know where this match is going. And I was like,
Jay Lethal retire recently?
No, unfortunately. I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. Listen, I think Jay Lethal is a really good hand to help in the ring. Here's my issue with this match, right? I was just like, it's been a hot minute since we've seen Adam Priest and or Tommy Billington. I mean, they've been popping up on Ring of Honor ever so often, but I'm like on Dynamite and Collision, I was just like, man, why do they always be on the losing side of things? So I was like, why do they always be losing?
Yeah.
Because they're new.
Jeez. Listen, I feel like at this point, nobody's saying anything because of all the debacle that was last week in a certain tag team and causing internet fire and storm. I was just like, we're going to talk about the good side of that, though, a little bit later in this episode. But when I saw this match card on the internet, I was like, all right. I was like, Tommy, Adam, I love you both, but you about to eat this pin. Yeah. You about to lose. And sure enough, they lost. Death Riders win. Moxley on commentary after beating up Daddy Magic was kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. He's just like, he walks up to Daddy Magic. Daddy Magic's like, what you want? And then Moxley and him start brawling, and he throws Daddy Magic off the commentary.
Moxley is becoming more and more unhinged, and I'm enjoying the lengths they're going with it, but it seems like he needs another gear in it. He needs some other direction for it, because it's just straightforward and the same thing over and over again.
I mean, that's very true. And honestly, when we get to Moxley a little bit later, I was just like, now AEW, y'all know this man is a hothead. So when we got that Kyle O'Reilly package, I was like, you knew what you were doing.
They fully planned that out, totally.
I was just like, I love it when Moxley goes unhinged. He just goes ham on the mic. It's just like, all right, the crazy's coming out, you guys. But yeah, as far as the match goes, I thought this was fine. The Death Riders win. I always love watching Tommy Billington and Adam Priest. I think they work really good together. And I said it last time they were on the Collision show that I really love them as a tag team too. And I'm just
their
like,
style complements each other so very well. They work high flying to the best of their abilities, but they definitely seem way more cohesive than even the Death Riders did as a trio. Like they know each other so well.
Yeah, and Jay Lethal getting that pop in the towards the end of this match, like when he was doing the comeback, like that just warmed my heart. Like Jay Lethal is as you said a great hand. It doesn't really get as much love as as he should. So like it just warmed my heart. And Tommy Billington and Adam Priest. Even with the matching gear, I'm here for it all. You know, just give them the damn wins at least, build them a little bit.
you did it for the Von Erichs. Could you do it for these two, please?
Oh no, but those are wrestling royalty.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
40 years ago, but they're royalty, right?
I mean, if you have to ask the question, then you know your answer.
Man. Listen, are me and Benny still going to watch Final Battle? Absolutely. Are we going to review it? Absolutely. But I was just like, ROH, get it together.
They haven't had it together in years.
Gosh, I'm going to be so for real. And I go for it, Benny.
How much you want to bet that that they're going to turn Billy on Athena a week before Final Battle like last time?
Oh my God!
We said that last year and the year before. I don't think it's happening.
They still didn't do it, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna be so for real though, and I think it was you, Benny, that I told you this. If we just have ROH turn into like the CMLL ROH like crossover show, I will watch that in a heartbeat. Get like Get the women and the men of ROH that you currently have that are strictly ROH, and then start throwing in the CMLL folks ever so often. I'm like, do it! Because every time, like, listen, Olympia, La Catalina, Sky Team, you know, I mean, literally, we have Echiseto on AEW roster. Like, you could bring over the peoples. And we'll discuss it tomorrow evening, but with the certain, you know, CMLL sets of brothers winning the New Japan Strong titles, I was like, ooh, can we be seeing more CMLL talent in AEW in Japan? Let's go.
Now.
Anyhow,
let's go now.
Let's go now. Speaking of which, we're going to move on from this match and go to the next segment.
Perfect.
We love it.
Wow.
Aussie Open. I love you, Aussie Open.
Mark Davis stealing Dalton Castle's look.
For real. I wish I was like, how dare you? Also, hey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad that he is aware that even though he is not a gay icon, he is a gay icon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, RJ City has made me fall in love with Mark Davis even more. Hey, AEW makes me love these wrestlers even more.
Brilliant. Like, if you can't find that, go on YouTube and find those interviews. RJ City is one of the best interviews in the business right now, and he has the thing on lockdown for getting these people to open up. It's ridiculous.
It is amazing, but we're backstage with Aussie Open, talking to everything that happens. Kyle Fletcher is tired of Mark Briscoe, and after tonight, Aussie Open's going to make sure that this is the last time for Mark Briscoe. We will get into predictions with what's happening with all of that, because after Blood and Guts, I had to be reminded, like, oh yeah, there's stakes. If Mark loses, this is not going to be fun for him. If Mark Briscoe loses at Full Gear, it's not going to be fun for him.
Not at all. Not at all.
So we got the Battle of the Marks coming up later in the show, but it was really nice to see Aussie Open on my screen once again. Also, Mark Davis, hey.
Oh.
Listen, Benny, it's okay. We are loud and proud. That is how BC WrestlePod rolls. Be like, hey. Anywho.
Absolutely.
We don't talk. Love it. Be like, Anywho. Moving on.
Talk about,
Listen, this promo is fucking amazing, but it's Tony Storm. So when is it not? Man, I'm going to be sad when Tony decides to retire this character. I'm like, really? I truly am.
But what was
like,
the
don't
invention
blame
of
God.
color film?
He's fans of our work. I was like, oh, God. I'm Lexi. She's like, get it, girl.
Tony Storm could read the back of a cereal box and make it amazing.
Read the phone book, girl. I will be entertained.
Ingredients in Frosted Flakes.
They're great.
Oh man, this promo ruled from Tony. I was just like, even
my dear friend Anthony Tiger.
The crazy thing is like, you after this promo, it made me forget. It was like, oh yeah, you're the one that caused your team to lose at Blood and Guts, but damn, what a way to continue that momentum. I was like, woo, let's go, girl.
Mina was so good in this.
Just
a puppy dog
I love the Stardom nonsense between these two. I was like, this is what they did in Stardom, and I loved it.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, yeah, but this is Stardom Redux, because this is Tony now in her full form. My God.
It's so good. I loved it so much. Yeah. So we will get these girls a little bit later addressing their opponents that they will be facing tomorrow night, which is going to be very fun to talk about. But promo skills aside, Tony Storm is still probably going to end up being my women's wrestler on the promo side of things this year again when we do the end of the year. Stay tuned for that.
Year overall. She's the wrestler of the year overall for me.
It's going to be fun because I'm going to make my boys choose a men and a woman wrestler of the year, and then we're going to get into crazy stuff too. It's not going to be as long as last year. I'm not going to have a lot of categories this year.
But that's the thing, Mikey. I choose Tony for both men and women.
Yes.
Just like Tony chooses.
just like her.
I love it. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for that episode. Yes, exactly. I cannot wait for that episode in a couple of weeks. Y'all need to be there. It's going to be like amazing. It's going to be fun. But we continue on with Collision, where we finally get the Battle of the Marks, where once again, I'm like, how many shots of Mark Briscoe do we have to keep changing on these cards? Like, I was like, what the hell, Mark Briscoe? What are we doing? Exactly. I was just like, I swear Tony has this podcast bugged, because every single time we talk about it, he's like, all right, let's come up with a new one that they haven't seen before. And bam. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, this is just for us, Tony Khan, and I appreciate it.
I'm sure Mark Briscoe knew the photographers and was like, let's take 18 for coverage just because.
For reals. And him and his, you can literally, he needs to have a t-shirt where it's just as different sense, and I would buy it. the many faces of Mark Briscoe.
You hear that, Tony? You hear that?
Please. But to the match itself, listen, I am never going to complain. I love Mark Briscoe. I'm very happy to see Mark Davis in singles action because it's been a hot minute since he's been in this ring, and he was hot doing it.
Let's go, Mark. Let's go, Mark.
Listen, y'all know I love me some Mark Davis, but in an alternative timeline, I'll be like, Mark Briscoe can also get it. I'm not, I don't judge. But no, Davis, I'm like, hey. No, but I really like this match. It was really nice to see Mark Davis back in the ring, and I think that was my biggest takeaway from this. Did I think he was going to win? No, because Briscoe is heading into a pay-per-view championship match, so we got to have Briscoe win. But again, I have no complaints. I was like, Mark Davis is back. I've missed him. I'm glad he's wrestling again, and this was fun, and it accomplished what it needed to. So.
Briscoe looked good. Davis looked like he had not lost a step. He finally has come back from this injury nice and strong. I'm excited to see what they can do with him. I'm worried that he's still going to be overshadowed by Kyle Fletcher. Even though they're a team, he's not got that momentum, and I don't think Kyle needs to go back to the team. So I wonder what they're going to do with him to make him less than a nondescript back filler, like, I'm going to take the pin for every Dom Fallis family thing we do.
Yeah, this was a fantastic TV match. It was everything that you wanted, out of this, and then some. Like, as you guys said, Mark Davis didn't miss a step, and there was marks on either side of the aisle for this one.
Too many marks.
It's. Oh man, but yeah.
You set it up there, buddy.
For reals. But Briscoe wins. This was a really fun match. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Really happy to see Davis back in the ring, and it continues building Mark Briscoe to that match with Kyle Fletcher this upcoming Saturday. Moving on, in Collision, Scorpio Sky cuts a promo. That is all I have to say.
I was like, where has he been for months?
That's what I said. He returned at Collision 100, and then it's just like he's been stuck in ROH with Skyfly. That's where he's been. I will say though, I will say last week MXM Collection versus Skyfly in a 4-on-4, that was actually a really fun match.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But yeah, that is the one thing I'm missing about ROH is MXM Collection with Johnny TV and Taya. They seem amazing.
ROH has its moments of brilliance, but it's just like, we need the consistency, you guys. We need consistency.
Oh wait, is the consistency a new stable? I don't know.
I mean, I will say though, Beef is back, and that's been a really fun highlight for me. Beef is back. I love
that.
Beef.
Would be the ultimate rib for us. Here's Satnam Singh, Serpentico, Preston Vance.
The consistency.
The frat house needs. I was like, it's a thing that exists still. I was just like, all right, well, yeah. Scorpio Sky cuts a promo. That is all.
And apparently holds his hand in front of Christopher Daniels' face.
100%. I was just like, why are we godfathering this right now? What is happening?
Because I got nothing else for him.
No, unfortunately not.
On this one. It was fine.
We'll let it all out during the match. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, moving on. Again, Walking Weapon finds his newest target this episode, in Mr. Michael Nakazawa. I was like, oh no!
I'm surprised he could hold on to him and he wasn't slipping out of his hands.
For real, with all that baby oil. This is what I need Josh Alexander to do every week. I'm like, you're literally the moniker called the Walking Weapon. Start beating up people.
He's turning into Temu Kem Shamrock right now. It's crazy.
That's very, very true.
I love the fact that we're finally getting back around to Josh Alexander and Kenny Omega.
Oh, God.
we were promised.
No,
But we
Ben,
never got.
Ben, we need to push that out another 3 months. I mean, come on.
Of course. We got to get everybody else out of the way. We got to get the elite back together. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to happen before we can get
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
we'll get there by next August, I guess.
Well, I mean, let's not put an actual month on it, Benny. I mean, we gotta be flexible for as things change.
Pivot? No, there's no pivoting.
Early 2027, that could be good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So, yeah, I need this from Josh every single week. And yes, Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega. I need it like now. But we probably won't get it anytime soon. But glad to see Josh finally developing on-screen characters. So very, very fun. Moving on to our next thing for Collision that we are going to talk about. There was a lot that happened. There was a lot that happened here.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, we're going to throw all the women's stuff in here. I was just like, okay.
Well, because they got their whole hour on Dynamite, so obviously they didn't need everything to be spaced out for the next couple weeks.
Sure, why not? I'm just like, shout out to Hyann and Maya World. I was like, see how great things can turn around for you. I was just like,
well, wasn't this the replacement thing for what Nixon Newell wasn't going to do because of the 3 minutes of time?
That was that pretty much was it. And I was just like, shout out to Maya World and Hyann because they are continuing to be on my television screen for AEW over the last 2 weeks because of that. We've already talked at length about that last week. We're not going to rehash that up. I was just like, damn. Okay.
Which makes me, I just want to throw my 2 cents in, not for a long time. I've been a Nixon Newell fan for a very long time. Mikey knows this about me. Peyton, both as Tegan Knox and Nixon Newell. It makes me sad that the whole thing surrounding both of them came up that way. It makes me sad about how things were handled. And in general, it makes me really sad that I still want to support them in a lot of ways, and they're shooting themselves in the foot after their knees have been out. So both sides need to come to Jesus and kind of think about how they purport themselves. And this is AEW as well. It's not good, but I'm sad is what I'll say.
I sort of threw you underneath the bus a little bit last week, buddy, Mikey, by not saying anything, and I apologize. So, what I'd like to say right now is that JR used to say, just get a jersey, right? It
By
doesn't
God.
matter.
Sorry.
He's crazy as a raccoon.
I can't.
All that I mean is that, just get a jersey. And I think Hyann and Maya World should be handed a jersey.
Yeah, so, again, TJ had some competition. This was before, who they were going to face off. And then we get Marina, this picture of Marina and Ty is so funny.
Such a proud mama right there. Hugging Ty.
It's like, And then Tony comes out. Listen, this picture of Tony Storm, I'd be like, yes, ma'am. This could be a meme in itself. She's like, what is happening?
Mother is disappointed. Mother doesn't like what you're doing.
Mother is going to kick your arse. This
and you'll love it.
100%. But yeah, so TJ gets the win. They have their match coming up very, very soon, which we're going to preview at the very end of everything. But moving on from this part, we get into our TNT Championship match, which again, I was like, Tony Khan's like, oh, hey, here's the championship match that we're happy. And I'm like, okay.
No build. There we go. Totally going to make sense.
I was just like, sure, why not? How do I put this? There's so many faction on faction warfares, and I was like, I know the Don Callis family didn't necessarily fight the Conglomeration and Blood and Guts, but I was just like, Conglomeration is finding themselves in like 2 whole family feuds. Like, honestly, like Conglomeration and Don Callis family, Conglomeration and Death Rider. So it's just like the Conglomeration is busy. And then we throw Scorpio Sky into this thing. I was like, listen, I will never complain about Scorpio. I love him. But I was just like, we know what this is for. This is to get Kyle Fletcher a win. The match is probably going to be solid, but I'm like, Tony Khan, I need you to stop giving these random. Listen, I'm not saying that Scorpio is bad, but I'm just saying what was it? The week prior, when you had Kyle Fletcher versus Ace Austin, and that kind of set the bar for me. Like, nothing, you got to be extra crazy and spectacular to beat it. Spoiler alert, this did not. I still thought this was a solid match, but I was just like, you can't give me Ace Austin versus Kyle Fletcher the week before, and then this is what we're doing. Like, no, you cannot do this.
Not every match can be a banger. Mm-hmm. This was a solid TV match, but I agree with you, Mikey. You know, after the highs that were set last time and with all the stuff swirling around him, Scorpio Sky is a great wrestler. He's a good hand. But in general, he hasn't had enough time back on TV to get to the level where he would get a match like this, which made you know this was a throwaway match versus something that you should care about. And that's tough.
Yeah, I want to be nice.
Benny, just it's against your nature. Just
be true to yourself. This is why we do this. Be open.
Open that picnic basket, Jones. Okay.
Okay. Scorpio Sky is one of those guys that he's a better tag wrestler. I'm just legit. Gonna go and come up and say, like, he's a better tag wrestler. He's utterly boring as a singles wrestler. And this was fine, but like I could have gone to the bathroom and then come back and go, oh yeah, Kyle won.
Here on BC WrestlePod, we are going to tell it like it is, and we're gonna, so Benny, just tell it like it is, and we love you for it.
Benny, then that's not mean. That's your opinion on it, but that's what you see in him. I totally agree with you. When he's working in tandem with someone he has a lot of fun chemistry with, it works really well. When he's forced to carry a match by himself for longer than 5 to 7 minutes, he doesn't have the charisma to carry that, and not everyone can be the Kyle Fletcher of Aussie Open. Sometimes you end up being the Mark Davis.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the best part of his team just won the TNA title.
There you go.
Oh my goodness!
Now, should he have? No, but it's a whole different conversation.
My goodness. Well, again, solid TV match, but I was like, it's okay. Like, it was what it was. Moving on. Our girls. Yes, and we get a whole graphic for Hyann and Maya World too, as I was alluding to. But like,
yeah,
finally, I was like, where the hell has Alex Windsor and Riho been on my TV screen? I was like, listen, they've been on popping in an ROH, so I know, but like on AEW television, I'm like, where have these two been?
Taking a break so blood and guts can happen. I mean, talk about people that could be thrown in blood and guts instead of somebody else.
That's what I was saying. We could have put Alex Windsor and Riho in that match and they would have killed it. They got beef with people on the heel team.
Imagine Riho with her steel pipe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need Riho and Harley Cameron to do like a tag team spot. Like, that would have been
Riho wearing like tap shoes or something, do a tiger feint kick and kicking someone with the metal parts in the face.
Give me my TJPW. My DDP wrestling too. Like, listen, I know it will never happen because she's on the independents and I love her for it. But I was just like, even if it's a small stint, I need a Riho and Maki Ito team up. Like,
saw her live too. That was a lot of fun at GCW.
Maki is so great. I love her so darn much.
I felt for Maki when I saw her because that was like the kind of dead match in the middle because it was Maki versus the local person who's a heel, and Maki was not getting the reaction except for me and Jesse. that she really wanted. And so, like, we didn't get the headbutt. We didn't get a lot of the same spot. They just kind of, like, got through it, or something else happened. It was interesting to see, but she had a good time.
We love Maki in this household. But anyways, back to this match. Again, I love Hyann and Maya World getting featured like this, especially Maya, because I was like, Homegirl is doing some really fun stuff in Stardom. Like, she gets to participate in a lot of the Stardom shows when they come here to the U.S. I should know because I watch and cover them here with Adolfo.
Well, isn't she also one of Athena's graduates too?
Yep, she is one of Athena's graduates as well. So when you get the co-sign from the fallen goddess herself, you're just like, yeah, I think you're going to be okay. But Hyann is also really, really good too, because she comes from the same ilk and the same dojo as like Viperous and, you know, all those people out in the New Japan dojo in LA too and around the world. I was like, I love Hyann too. She's so good. She be popping up in Defy sometimes, and I really like it when she pops up in Defy.
Speaking of popping up, though, can we please get Alex Winter over to Mystery Wrestling, please?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, please. Yes.
When he's heel too, could you imagine Will Ospreay and Alex Windsor in a Druids match?
Ospreay can't work in Mystery Wrestling because he can't do his high flying stuff. He'd hit the freaking lights or the rafters.
That's very, very true. But if anything has shown me, because he has done funny stuff in Rev Pro as well from his olden days as well. So I was just like, we probably, but you're right. But no, Alex Windsor in Mystery Wrestling would be hilarious. Her energy would be great.
I could see her in the Druids match just having a blast.
For reals. Have her and Nomi go up against each other. That'd be so much fun. But this was a match to kind of get Riho and Alex Windsor ready for who they're going to face. But this was a really fun match. I missed Riho and, you know, Alex Windsor on my television screen. Now, if the rumors are to be true and the news reports are to be true, I am really, really hoping, because I'm like, okay, I'm wondering, I'm still waiting. And you know what? I think we're getting closer and closer to Miss Hikaru Shida coming back. And I was just like, I need an Alex Windsor Hikaru Shida match like immediately. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Because when they crossed paths in Japan and the UK, it was amazing.
Oh, will they, won't they? Oh, Rio's here, but Hikaru's here. Who will Alex side with?
Listen, Riho versus Hikaru is also a match that I would pay to see. I was like, give me all the Joshi Japanese wrestling, because I miss Hikaru so much. I also miss Nyla Rose. Tony Khan, where is Nyla? Give me Nyla.
Yeah, where is Nyla?
Where is
Unleash
Nyla? Unleash the Beast.
Do you guys remember when like Justin Roberts would like mispronounce Hikaru Shida's name for like 3 months? Like Hikaru Shida. Like,
I was like, that's not how it's pronounced. I was like, homegirl will slice you off with her kendo stick sword. Like, no, that is not a woman I want to get mad.
No.
Also, Nyla Rose is also a woman I don't want to get mad, but I want her to tell me all the jokes, because I would probably cry every 5 seconds of laughter. Anyways, Rio and Alex Windsor, this was a lot of fun and got them, you know, the win heading into their tag team quarterfinal match. Hyann and Maya Worlds, y'all are doing it. Love to see it for y'all. Moving on. Yeah, so this promo, though, afterwards, too, I'm like, Tony, you are all over this show, girl.
They need someone to cover up the fact that they're not really featuring the women as much, so put Tony on everything.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? It's fair. I love this outfit, though. She's got the gloves and just the jacket hanging on the shoulders. Mina's still looking, you know, puppy dog, like anime sick puppy dog eyes. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
I like the matching gears from Riho and Alex Windsor. That was pretty cool.
Right. Listen, if you're going to be a makeshift tag team, at least put the gear together. That is something that we always say here at VC WrestlePod. I love when Moxley gets rage baited. It is hilarious to watch. Because AEW, y'all knew what you were doing. They played that package with Kyle O'Reilly talking about it, and Moxley is mad. He's like, we're going to fight. And I was just like, you know what? This could probably, I don't know how, but this could be probably added to Full Gear. Why not? Like, I would see that match. I'm not going to lie. Moxley's just losing his mind.
I feel like I want to go back and see if in the Fed they crossed paths before he left, because I feel like they did.
I mean, that probably would make sense. But yeah, I'm down for a Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly match. So I'm like, let's get it. But yeah, Moxley being unhinged is some of the funniest things that you will see in wrestling right now. He just goes off script. It's hilarious.
Kyle O'Reilly and Mox have been having these great technical matches, as we all know. And I just I'm a techer, so I'm a sucker for for a good technical match.
I'm right there with you. I same thing.
100%. So who knows? Tomorrow they might add this to Full Gear. We shall see, because we got a 2.5 hour, or is it a 3 hour Dynamite tomorrow? It's a long Dynamite tomorrow. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, it's a 3 hour one.
Oh boy, we're gonna strap it in so we can watch that tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so we will follow this development and see if this if Kyle O'Reilly versus John Moxley gets added to Full Gear by the end of tomorrow night's Dynamite. But we trudge on forward to the main event. I love that we use the All-Star tag in this one. I was just like, All-Star 8-man tag, and I was just like, I will say maybe like 5 of them. I love all of them. I'm gonna be so for real though. I was just like, okay, I'm looking at everyone in here. Jet Speed, baller. Bandito, amazing. Juice, love you. The internet bullied you to get that beard back, but hey, we will take it either way. FTR, love you. LFI, I love you. Why are you here?
Yeah.
I was like, Roosh and Sammy, what? I was like, huh?
Well, also, can I say I haven't seen a lot of stuff for Juice in a while, but Juice with a beard is back. Thank God. I don't feel like dirty.
The internet bullied him to get it back. Like the amount of memes and people were tweeting like how they're afraid of non-bearded Juice. I was like, damn, they bullied Juice to get that beard back.
Well, didn't they call it like strained Juice or like got rid of the pulp juice? Like it's just crazy.
Something like that. And Juice is like, you know what? I'm gonna just grow this facial hair back, y'all, so you can shut up.
Just take me off TV for a month and I'll grow it back.
For reals. So this was an 8-man tag team match. Despite me trying to figure out why Roosh and Sammy were in this match, I had a great time with this main event. This was a lot of fun.
These are all great workers. They know how to put together a really spectacular match. But the reason they're there is because Roosh needs to get paid. Otherwise, he throws a fit.
I was just like, man, Jetsby gonna be busy this week. I was just like, it's crazy. They're gonna be busy because again, like Friday they will be in Mexico, and then Saturday they will be at the pay-per-view. Well, they're not currently out. No, they are. No, they're not. I have to think. I was like, I'm so used to having Jets be on the pay-per-view. I was like, oh wait, no, they're not on the pay-per-view this time around.
No, they'll be on. They'll be on the pre-show.
Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're in the gauntlet. Duh, I forgot about that. Predictions coming in very shortly with Full Gear with all that. So, but yeah, I agree with you, JPL. These are all really good workers. This was a fun main event. This is a send the crowd, what we call at CMLL. This is the send the crowd, home happy type of match.
I mean, I'm missing Brody King, but that's okay.
I know, but hey, you know what? Last week, Brody King was the king of the memes because of him pulling a whole Shining, punching his arm through the door and choking out Stokely. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun match. Jet Speed, Bandito, and Juice do pick up the victory here. Again, a really fun main event and send the crowd home happy type of match, which, you know what, I'm okay with.
I'll take it. Take it
for sure.
It was a great match. At first, I was like, Juice? Like, same thing. But like, where's Brody? Like, he's like the most. None of this makes any sense on that end. But like, hey, I'm not complaining because I love Juice.
Give me more of the juice.
Yeah.
Love
Let
it.
the juice flow.
Let the juice loose, kids. Anyways, that is how Collision goes off the air, and that has been our regular AEW, review. But don't touch that dial because we're going to get into full gear predictions very shortly. But tomorrow is a 3-hour Dynamite, and we have a couple of things announced for us. First and foremost, we get both of our women's tag team quarterfinal matches. So we are getting TJ versus Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir, and I was just like, TJ, I love you. But move out the way. It's Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir for me. Like, now that Marina Shafir is with Megan, I was like, I need them to make it to the finals. I'm not saying they have to win, but I want Marina and Megan to make it to the finals. Which makes me sad because I love TJ, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Tony Khan books crazier things to happen. So that's happening tomorrow. And I'm also very jealous that Mr. Picnic and Basketed Joneses is over here, gets to be able to see this live tomorrow night. Send me pictures. Anyways, but we also are getting this other quarterfinal match, which, my God, I'm not ready for this one because this is on paper. I'm excited for this one. You have Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus, Alex Winza and Riho. I was just like, God, my UK little stardom Joshi heart is fluttering and pounding in my chest. On paper, this should be really good. I'm just like, I can't wait. Now, I need both of these matches to be 20 minutes, Tony Khan. It's a 3-hour Dynamite and Collision block. You can give these women 20 minutes.
No, give them more than that. Give them the majority of the show, please.
Honestly, yeah. Because I'm going to be for real. It just got announced that we're getting Bobby Lashley and Ricochet to see who is number one in the gauntlet, which I was like, that's cool. But women's matches. But speaking of women's matches, not only do we get these two matches, we are getting a Ring of Honor championship match where we are having, our Ring of Honor television champ, Miss Red Velvet, taking on the intern champ, Mercedes Moné, and we are unifying these championships. Mercedes is going to win, but I am ready to see Miss Stir It Up come back into the ring. I've missed Red so damn much. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up.
Straight out to your mama's kitchen.
God, I never get tired of when they announce it like that. It's, coming straight out of yo mama's kitchen, Red Velvet.
Can we have a Mina Shirakawa run-in to stop Mercedes from winning?
That would be amazing. But honestly, I think I'm gonna be for real. I would love to see Red get this title back because she technically never lost it because, she had to, she was injured. But I think Mercedes is going to end up winning. And Mercedes winning her 14th title last weekend.
Well, she's also in Boston. She's winning it.
Yeah. So this is her hometown. So she's winning it. But it still should be a good match. And I'm just happy to see Red back on my screen wrestling-wise because she's been out due to injury. But I'm happy to see Red back on my TV screen.
Same here.
Absolutely.
I've missed Red so much in the ring, and I can't wait to see. This is going to be fun for her, and I think her and Mercedes are going to have a good time. But
Red
yeah,
comes back,
that's
Queen Aminata leaves.
for reals. Oh man, this is going to be great. Well, that's it for the AEW portion of our review. So let's quickly get into the last part because we're kind of running long here, and I apologize, boys. But let's get into our Full Gear predictions, which I'm excited for. So currently, I'm going to be dropping this link in our group chat, so we will be doing that here shortly. But if you are new here to BC WrestlePod, we have predictions leagues for the 4 major federations here in the United States. So there's a WWE League, AEW, TNA, and an NXT League. So here at the AEW League, we run from Double or Nothing all the way up to Dynasty, which is probably going to be in April next year, unless they decide to change it, but who knows.
But let's hope not, please.
I'm gonna be so for real. I updated everything, and I'm just like, oh, we are so close. Everybody is so close to each other. It is crazy.
We're kissing cousins.
I mean, we could be. So we are gonna go over and make our predictions for Full Gear. So at the time of this recording, these are the matches that have been officially announced. We might get like 18,000 more after tomorrow night, but we are only going to be making predictions for this current card unless it is like a big significant match that we need to figure out. Okay, so how are we going to do this? So let's start off with the matches confirmed for Tailgate Brawl, which is, the renamed 0 Hour matches. And I'm going to be for real. I forgot this match was happening until I watched Ring of Honor this last week.
I don't think it needs to happen, but that's beside the fact.
I'm gonna be so for real. I was like, I would rather see QT Marshall and Paul Walter Hauser fight again. Like that was amazing, and that Fight Without Honor match they had like a couple months back. But
so much better.
On Tailgate Brawl, we are getting, Boom and Dune, so Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall taking on Roppongi Vice, RPG Vice, and Mr. Trent Beretta and Oraki Azucar Romero. I'm gonna be so for real. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm gonna go with Boom and Dune.
Unless Sue shows up in a van, I think Boom and Doom is winning.
I need Sue in a van to come back so bad. All right, so
I'm in the same boat. It's Boom and Doom.
Am I going to enjoy this match? No.
I love this comment from 23_blue dude. Is like, is that the Costco guys? I'm like, yes, it is.
No, that's Sam's Club.
So we all have Boom and Doom walking out as winner unless Sue runs interference, which I will be okay if we take a loss because Sue running interference. Instead of the white van, it's a black van. She's evil now.
The Rizzler stops her. She is evil now.
Like, she's evil now. I love the van and Sue. I love you, Sue. You're great. The other match that we have going on for the Tailgate Brawl, again, Tony Khan, you got this bank, bro, because we have a $200,000 Tailgate Brawl 4-way match. And it is between Anthony Bowens and Max Caster versus the Outrunners versus the Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. I'm going to be so for real. I don't care if it loses me a point, but I'm going Outrunners all the way, baby. Imagining them with all that money and Dalton Castle to boot, too. I'm just like, let's do it. Turn them into the Miami Vice squad.
Benny?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the unacclaimed here.
If I'm voting with my heart, I'm going with the Outrunners. I want them there, but I'm voting with my head. It's going to be the disclaimers.
The disclaimers. Alrighty, fair enough. I don't care if I lose the point. Like, I'm cool with it. But yeah, this should be a shenanigan type of match, and I'm here for it. So now let's get into the main card of things. So this was a match that happened and was made on Collision. I was just like, this is random, but I'm okay with it. I love Pac. I love Darby. This should be fun. Pac is jacked as all hell. Darby wins. I was like, unfortunately, I'm like, Pac, I love you, but Darby is going to win this one. And it hurts me to say. I feel like we did this in reverse. Darby should have beat up the rest of the members of the Death Riders first before going up against Moxley. But hey, I'm not booking the show. So it's like he beat the boss, and now he's beating the remnants up.
Yeah, well, it's sort of always backwards with some of this stuff. But to be fair, excuse me, I just thought of this. Like, it was Darby who made Pac lose against Orange Cassidy a couple weeks back. So
that's true.
It's like, well, there's sort of a story there.
There's the semblance, the crumbs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I got Darby winning this one. Mr. Picnic and Basket Jones, who you got for this one?
I thought we were going to like, oh man, I'm like jumping out of turn. That's my bad. It's definitely going to be Darby. What the hell am I talking about? You know, it's still building them right now.
It's weird for you to have me underneath you. That's the problem. You never know to go second because obviously I've been over you for the last couple of months. I'm going to go weird here. I think because he's beat up Moxley and beat up everybody else, Pac ends up winning this to throw Darby off his game.
Yes, honestly, I'd be kind of here for that too. I still think this is going to be a really, really solid match, and I'm excited for it. But we shall see how it goes. Moving on, though, we got, again, Tony Khan, you got some serious cash, my dude, because like the $1 million match, the $1 million match. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus Josh Alexander and Young Bucks. First and foremost, love seeing Josh Alexander get a pay-per-view spot again, too, after All Out Toronto with him and Echiseto in that fatal four-way ladder match. And the Young Bucks, my heart wants to pick the Bucks and Josh Alexander so they can finally get some money, but it's too funny to continue to watch the Bucks go broke all the damn time. So I'm going to go with my head on this one. I'm going to go with Kenneth and the Jurassic Express to win.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express because, like, you can tell that. Well, from the story beats, I think the elite are gonna be back together sooner than later, and this might be the crux of the situation. So
They go and try to borrow money from Kenny Omega. Love it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to do clean sweep this. I'm doing the same. Kenny Omega.
Kenny and Jurassic Express. We love it. Alrighty. So now the remainder of our talks is all championship matches, and currently we have 5 scheduled, which I was like, ooh, this should be fun. So let's start off with our first championship match that we're going to talk about, which is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Bro Dito defending their titles against FTR. I'm gonna be so for real, you guys. I don't know. My heart says Bro Dito because they are amazing and they are my new favorite chip flavor. And I love Bandito and Brody King as a tag team. But there is a little piece of me that I think FTR could probably take it here from Bro Dito. Just because Brody King did the Macarena and it almost cost them their match at Wrestle Dream. So it's like, there's the downfall right there. As soon as Brody King does the Macarena, it's game over. But I can never bet against my favorite wrestler of the year so far. Well, both of them. Well, I can't bet against my wrestler of 2025 and my baby daddy of 2025. So I am going to go with Bro Dito to retain. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I can never bet against my 2 boys. I love them too much. So I'm going with my heart. I'm going to go with Bro Dito to retain because I think Jet Speed might get some involvement in here because M and FTR kind of got a thing going on right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm going to go with FTR on this one.
How dare you? I'm just kidding.
Simply because over the last few weeks we've been discussing that the tag division is a little bit light on the heel side right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've been building Bandito as a sympathetic babyface the past few weeks, and well, he needs a challenge. So if he keeps just winning, what's there to be sympathetic about? So, FTR for the win.
Very, very fair. And honestly, you probably might convince me to change my vote too. But for right now, I'm going to stick with Bro Dito. That might change by the end of this episode. But so JBO, you are the split vote. Who you got for this one?
I'm going with Mikey's heart. I think there's still something in the tank for this to go. Bro Dito ends up keeping it and makes Stokely flip his lid.
Listen, Stokely. I just need Stokely to continue to give me memes every week because, he has been the gift that keeps on giving in 2025. Last week, it was him, being choked out by Brody King's arm when he punched a hole through it. And then literally, 2 months ago, he's short, he's bald, and he has no hose. That is still living in my brain, and I love it.
I feel like that Stokely's going to cost them this match somehow by accident.
By accident. Honestly, either way, I think this is going to be a really solid match, and I cannot wait. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, so now we get into... We have pictures. And again, this is a different picture of Mark Briscoe. Freaking Mark Briscoe, man, I swear. TNT Championship, Kyle Fletcher champion, Mark Briscoe the challenger. There are some stakes to this. Well, first of all, this is a no DQ match. So this is anything goes, which is crazy. So I was like, they're probably not going to get too crazy, but no DQ. And Mark Briscoe's last couple of matches being no DQ or stipulation matches have been nuts.
Yes,
I'm looking at you, tables and tax match. But there's also a stipulation where if Mark Briscoe loses, if Kyle Fletcher wins, Briscoe has to join the Don Callis family. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, surely the heart of the conglomeration would not be ripped out so soon, but it's also Kyle Fletcher we're talking about. And I'm thinking to myself, if I were Tony Khan, how would I book this match? Who should be the winner? Because I can make a case for Briscoe and Fletcher. Briscoe finally getting an AEW singles championship, which would be a lot of fun. But Kyle Fletcher's been on a roll recently. But then I'm also thinking to myself, Kyle has kind of gone up against a lot of different people and been able to beat them. So it's been really, really fun. And so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, do I want to go with the logical choice, and which would be a more compelling story, or do I go for the feel-good moment? Because I'm trying to figure out how many titles are truly going to change hands this episode. And it pains me to say it because I really love the Protostar, but I think this is where Briscoe finally does it, and I'm going to go with Mark Briscoe on this one. Though I will say, him and the Don Callis family would be kind of fun, and then he ends. I would love for him to be the reason why they break up. Like Mark Briscoe is just too much. But I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go with Mark Briscoe. I think he finally gets it. I think he finally does it here. And then you could just put Kyle in the Continental Classic and just be amazing with that too. So I'm just saying. But I got Briscoe. Benny, who you got for this one?
I'm actually gonna go the same thing. As much as like reluctant member of the Don Callis family would be great. Mark Briscoe has always been chasing a TV title for the majority of his career, and he's a fantastic TV wrestler. So put the belt on him.
Have him do a run similar to Orange Cassidy where he fights everyone and anyone from any company. Honestly, that would be fantastic. Do an open challenge. Anyways, JVL, who you got for this one?
I'm going Protostar because I see the best thing where Mark Briscoe undermines Dom Fallis as the voice of this group, like calls out what's going on between Okada and Takeshita, like teams up with Mark Davis to be the Marks. Like there's so many places it can go, and Mark has been spinning his wheels in that respect. I think reluctant Mark Davis isn't reluctant. I think Mark Davis becomes agent of chaos that blows them up from the inside.
You mean Mark Briscoe?
Yeah, sorry, Mark Briscoe, agent of chaos.
Listen, both Marks are sexy in their own right. It's understandable.
They are. But yes, I'm going Kyle Fletcher on this.
Protostar. Okay. Honestly, this match is going to be crazy. It's no DQ, so I'm interested to see what kind of spots they end up coming up with. And it's no DQ, so we're going to get everyone and their mother coming out for this match, so it's going to be nuts. But moving on. So this one's going to be a little bit different because we also have a Full Gear Casino Gauntlet match to determine the first ever AEW National Champion. And I'm going to be so for real. Until I started putting together the form and the slideshow, I was like, oh crap, I forgot that this was a match that was happening because of everything that has been happening the last 2 weeks. So on our form, this one is not necessarily for regular points because it's really hard to predict who's going to win when we don't know all the field of the participants. But we're going to treat this like we did the Casino Gauntlet matches at Y'all in Texas, where if you pick a winner and you are correct, you get a bonus point that helps you cover a wrong answer that you got. So it essentially takes away a negative point that you lost in a previous match. So it definitely is going to help. That is how I won Y'all in Texas by 1 point because I picked MJF to win the men's, and that helped me out.
Yes, it did.
Man, Y'all in Texas was rough for all of us. It screwed all of us over. I was like, damn, these are some really bad predictions. Don't get me started. I'm doing really bad in TNA. I was just like, TNA is just fucking up my vibe. Anyways, so bonus point. Who becomes?
Let's give Mikey some better stuff in TNA. Let's blow his vibe over here, please.
For reals. Oh, anyways, stay tuned Friday because last Friday I went off because I was certain, it's been a month since we've had any TNA shows. We had nothing but clip shows. We come back and your first ever Puerto Rican champion, first title defense, loses it. But stay tuned Friday to hear my thoughts on that for the turning point, because then we had a pay-per-view to jump into the next day. But bonus points, who walks out as the first ever AEW national champion? It's been kind of silly to watch NWA and AEW fight over the name of this championship. I was like, we can have more than one, you guys. Like, we need to stop.
Seriously.
But it's like everyone needs to chill. This is no way, shape, or form is going to get me everything, because I have two people in mind, but I'm going to go with the most wild option out there. Because, you know, Tony Khan loves his man dearly to death as well. This is a left field pick for me, but I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston can possibly win this. I'm not going to lie. I think, now that Eddie's back, I mean, he was the inaugural Continental Classic champion. And so, you know what? We got a new championship in AEW, the national championship, which is meant to be defended all over the place. And then there are a couple of places, and when I think of everyone, I was like, I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston. I don't know why, but I love Eddie, and I'm going to go with Eddie. So Eddie Kingston for me. And again, if you're wrong, this doesn't hurt your overall score, but if you get it right, it's going to help you with the bonus and cover a wrong answer. So JVL, I'm actually going to go to you first. Of the plethora of people in the men's roster that we have, who do you got becoming the first ever AEW national champion?
Had you asked me this even a couple days ago, my answer probably would have been different. I would have thought through this very thoughtfully and said, looking at how they've built people overall, Large William has a chance here, and he really doesn't. But in general, there's a lot of people that probably could have. But I feel like there's been rumblings that someone is done with some filming that he had been doing outside the company. Yep. And he's kind of got like this way about winning these casino matches and these gauntlet matches. So I feel like we have an MJF return and he wins the match.
Honestly, I can see that too. That was the other name I was contemplating with. And so, all right. So you got MJF. I got Eddie Kingston. Benny, who you got for this one?
I'm doubling down on JBL's answer. And I'll give you a reason why. It's called the national title.
Oh, Lord, here we go. The MJF Star Spangled Banner is coming back, y'all.
Oh yes, I think that was just the trial run.
He's gonna bring something up where he's gonna razz the NWA for this when he wins. Take it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be wild. MJF was my second pick, but I'm gonna go with Eddie. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Tomorrow night we are getting Bobby Lashley and Ricochet to figure out who's entering at number 1 between those two. So it should be a fun match, and I honestly think this Casino Gauntlet match should be a lot of fun too. So we shall see how that happens.
Someone's
we
tired.
I know.
They just announced Speedball versus Shelton for the number 2 spot.
What the flip? This match is going to be good. Alrighty, now we're getting into our 2 main championship matches. The first being the Women's World Championship. Saturday Night Fleeter, Stat Daddy herself, Chris Statlander, taking on the TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. I'm going to go with Chris because I love this narrative. If they want to start telling it towards the end of this year, Mercedes has 14 belts. Yet every time she gets to the big one in AEW, she still can never get the job done. So I am going to go with Chris Statlander to retain the championship here. Benny, I'm going to go to you first. Who you got for this one?
Honestly, Chris Statlander for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Same reasons. I'm not just trying to copy and paste, but I like the story of I like the story of Mercedes being like it's the only one that she can't win until she loses all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So
let the downfall begin.
Same with me. She cannot win the title until she gets rid of all of her other titles. So Chris wins.
For reals. Alrighty, and then we get into our final match, which is for the AEW World Championship, which still should be a lot of fun if my slides will want to work with me. There you go. AEW World Championship match. It's a steel cage match. Champion Hangman Adam Page defending the title against challenger and 1/3 of the trios champions, the Ops, Samoa Joe. I am going with Hangman. I'm going to have Hangman retain here. I mean, Joe could win, but I was just like, that could be cool, I guess. But I'm going with Hangman for this one. I think we still got. Well, I feel like we can get one more at World's End, but I'm gonna go with Hangman retaining here. JBL, who you got?
Yeah, it's Joe's not winning this. Even with the steel cage match, it's going to be Hangman taking it into the end of the year. World's End is when he's probably going to have his first real challenge.
Ooh. Anyways, and then Benny, coming to you last. Who you got for this one?
As a I like the nostalgia of this, like Samoa Joe in a steel cage against Hangman Page, with Joe winning his first world title, the TNA world title, in a steel cage match. But it's gonna be Hangman.
What a swerve!
Wow, swerve, no Strickland. All right, so clean sweep. We all have Hangman Page. I'm very interested to read whenever the professor gets to it who he picks. I was just like, and again, I need to understand how Professor is able to still do too well. I was like, you haven't even been here. What is happening? Anyways,
who knows?
But that is our full gear predictions. If there's any more matches made after tomorrow, I'll probably ask the guys, hey, so who you got for this? Who you got for that? What do you got for this? Like, we are going crazy. And Benny and I are going to be here Saturday to do a live watch along for Full Gear. So it's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good time. But that's it for our AEW review. We have a plethora of reviews coming up later this week. Tomorrow evening is the double blockbuster, where at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, NXT Gold Rush Week 1 will be myself and Kilt reviewing, NXT Gold Rush. Is the first week where every match is a championship match, and tonight was crazy. We had Blake Monroe versus Sol Ruca, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page defending the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championship match against Thea Hale and Joe Hendry. Yes, this is 2025, which is nuts. Exactly. TNA.
Is that the belt that Sammy and Ty won?
Yep. And never defended it on television.
And took some very racy photos of.
I was like, ooh, sassy. We also have Dark State defending their tag titles against TNA X Division champion Leon Slater and NXT star Javon Evans, which is...
And they're losing.
And then losing, yeah. The other side was funny. And then, of course, you have JC Jane trying to regain her championship against, our lovable Tatum Paxley. But it's a whole good time. And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow is CMLL action. So we get to, talk about some really fun stuff, including the fact that Speedball Mike Bailey and Jet Speed will be in Mexico on Friday. And so is Coleman Dead and Beast Morto. So I was just like, I'm so excited for Friday. It's going to be so much fun. Then on Thursday, I will be holding it down as we will be going across the pond to the UK, as I will be reviewing Progress Wrestling Noisy Neighbors, in which we had a bomb main event with Cara Noir and Blackheart Leo Rush, as well as our favorite internet personality and wrestler, the Bald Masters, Simon Miller. And excited to talk about him and all the other Progress folks, including our new Progress Women's Champion, Miss Rain Leverkusen, who I love dearly, and she's good people's. So that's Thursday. Friday, myself and Will be here to review TNA Turning Point, in which Mike Santana is ready to start war. And honestly, I feel him, and he should. And then Saturday morning, hopefully Benny, but for sure me, we will be reviewing Defy Aeon, in which we are getting round 2 of our Defy Men's Champion, the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, defending his title against, Mr. Cody Chu. I was just like, oh, that match is going to be so good. And then later that evening, Benny and I will be here to do the live watch along for Full Gear. And then we wrap things up on Sunday with our WWE review, as we review Raw and SmackDown And then the boys and I will be making our predictions for Survivor Series, which I cannot believe is next Saturday, which me and Mama Laguilla will be at Petco Park for that one. So if you're out there, come say hi. I'm going to be in my jersey and a sweater because it's going to be cold AF. But that's going to be it for us here at All Elite Ensemble. We got to get up on out of here because this has been a long episode. People need to go do things. So thank you so much for tuning in from all of us here at BC WrestlePod. Remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay biconic, but more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will see you later this week for a whole plethora of fun reviews. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.